Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. I have a really quick, story to tell you. It's a little bit of motivation for you guys in this episode. Um, it is now the end of November, so we're going into December. Now, notoriously for fitness coaching and business in general, the holiday seasons is typically just slow, especially for fitness coaches. People are not as urgent. If you guys go back to a couple videos ago, you can hear me talk about like Black Friday sales and creating urgency and whatnot. If you want to learn more about that, you can go back and listen to that lesson. But just in general, people typically start to slow down a little bit during the holiday season. And it makes sense. The sun's not out. It's getting cold. It gets dark early. There's no vacations coming up. People are nestled in their homes and they are kind of just like going into relax mode, right? For the end of the year, it's kind of like hibernation mode. So it reminded me of a phrase that I heard when I was mountain biking. If you guys didn't know, I used to race mountain bikes back when I was in high school. My 14, 15, 16, I was a mountain bike racer before I ever got into fitness. And the phrase that was said, do not stop pedaling until you're over the hill. And like in hindsight, you would think, well, duh, that makes sense. If you're racing and you want to compete, like obviously you would pedal until you're all the way over the hill. But what actually happened in reality is a lot of rookie racers would make this mistake. They would pedal, pedal, pedal. And then what would happen is if you're listening to this on podcast, I'm going to show something with my hand. So you might want to check it out on YouTube. But there's a crest over the hill. So you're going over the hill, then there's a peak. And then at the other side of that peak, it starts to go down, right? Well, if you pedal, pedal, pedal up the hill, there will eventually become a point to where when you stop pedaling right before the peak, your coast will actually take you over the hill. And so you can actually stop pedaling a little bit before you reach the top and you can coast over the top. And a lot of racers would do that because it saves energy and it's easier to do that. But the problem is when you stop pedaling towards the top and you let your coast you over the top, you lose a ton of momentum. That momentum has to be gained back by picking up speed on the other side. So this phrase says, don't stop pedaling until you're over the hill, means that when you see the crest of the hill, you see the peak of the hill, even though you're only going to give it's literally like a 3 to 4 stroke difference between this coast and the top. But what happens is you carry that momentum over the top of the hill and you carry it towards going downhill. Now, if you took two racers, one stopped pedaling before the crest, the other pedaled all the way through, the one who pedaled all the way through, even though he only gave 2 to 3 to 4 more strokes, is going to have a severe advantage with picking up speed on the other side because he didn't lose momentum. He carried that momentum into the descent. So that's a phrase that I heard, don't stop pedaling until you're over the hill, because before I didn't even realize that was a problem. I didn't even realize that I was stopping, even though I made it to the top of the hill, I was stopping 2 to 3 to 4 strokes early before making it over to the other side. And it was a huge disadvantage with carrying momentum. And that's what I see happening right now in the slow season. They see the peak in sight, they see the top of the hill, and they're kind of coasting, right? But what you need to do is you need to see it through strong all the way until the end being like the actual holiday season. I do recommend everybody who's a business owner and everybody who is listening to this podcast, when Christmas comes around, take the fucking week off, enjoy yourself, be with your family, like allow yourself to relax and don't think about business. Like that is the time where you can reflect and think, okay, how did I do this year? How did everything go? You can relax, not think about business. So when that is the top of the hill, right? So that week is what we're shooting for. That's the week where you guys can relax. You can give yourself a pat on the back. You can be on the descent of the hill, and then we pick back up January 1st. But that week, give yourself until that week, but do not stop before then. Typically what people do is they go on vacation mode from Thanksgiving all the way to Christmas. Don't do that. Push all the way until you reach the top of the hill. Go all the way through. It's going to make a huge difference. And it simply just means finish strong. So hopefully that helped you guys. Hopefully you guys resonated with that. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.